night, gamers. I literally just woke up. I set my alarm, but it turns out that I was late because I didn't read the stream time correct. Anyways, apologies in advance if you can hear rain or thunder. It's currently raining. Anyways, let's get into it. I got not much to say. So, I've tried not to spoil myself. This literally just dropped like an hour or some or whatever ago. So, predictions, obviously Mario Kart. I'm gonna call it GameCube. F-Zero maybe, I don't know. Kirby game maybe. Oh yeah, this is Mario Kart. It's gonna be Mario Kart 9, right? This is a whole brand new one, isn't it? It's gonna have like whole new tracks, new, maybe new characters? Wow. Yeah, even Mario looks different. Yeah, most of these characters are just like in a different art style. It looks more closer to, wait, snowmobiles, planes, boats. What is this? This is Sonic All-Stars Racing transformed. Yeah, as I was saying, this is like a lot closer to the Mario Wonder style art, which I'm really glad that they're leaning into that art style because I really enjoy that. You can do that. The cow? What? The Moo Moo Meadows cow? The Hello cow? What's going on? What? You can eat food? What are they doing? I love the costumes. That's so cool. It's so cute. It seems like there's so much more Mario Kart World. Okay. It seems like there's so much more, like, personality.
Hello, everyone.
You think that there was a lot of personality in Mario Kart 8, but now I'm looking at this and I'm just like, wow. Anyways, let's pay attention.
I'm the producer for Nintendo Switch 2.
I'm Takuhiro Dota, the director for Nintendo Switch 2.
And I'm Tetsuya Sasaki, the hardware design lead for Nintendo Switch 2.
What you just saw was Mario Kart World, launching exclusively on Nintendo Switch 2. Now, what do you think this brand new Mario Kart game will be like?
I wonder if it will just be like super gimmick heavy,
Series is launching exclusively on the Nintendo Switch 2
or
system.
I don't know.
Welcome to this vast world.
They gave Mario Kart like its own world. Wow.
Depending on the time of day and weather conditions, the atmosphere will change.
Really? It's that like in depth? That's crazy. This is Toad Factory. Toad's Factory music.
You can go off the racetrack and drive virtually everywhere in this world.
What? Really?
In the classic Grand Prix, race through 4 courses in a bid for first place. But don't sleep at the wheel. You'll also drive to the next course as part of the competition.
So there will be returning maps. Was that the Cataquack from Mario Sunshine?
The competition is gearing up.
What the? Is that a That was the
Introducing Knockout Tour.
I forget his name. The Pianta from Mario Sunshine.
There are multiple checkpoints along the way. If you're below the placement shown when you hit a checkpoint, you'll be eliminated.
Oh, I kind of like that. That's
Can you make it
cool.
all the way to the finish line?
I love their costumes.
You can also freely drive around this vast world in free roam.
This is This is like,
By going off-road, you can explore new areas and
wow, okay.
so drive wherever your heart takes you.
Yeah, this is like basically like any other racing game
You
now.
can also go for scenic drives with friends. And even take photos together at different locations.
What? I love that! It's like not even just the racing aspect, it's just like the multiplayer and just going around this big world full of
A brand new race across the
stuff
entire
to explore.
world starts here. Mario Kart World.
oh
The
my
game
goodness.
launches
Let's take
on the same day as Nintendo Switch 2.
okay, it's a launch title. Let's take a look at all of the characters shown on the screen.
In an upcoming Mario
Well,
Kart
when
World
the
Direct.
direct is
So
over.
be on the lookout for more information in the future.
It's a direct April
Mario
17th.
Kart World launches on the same day as Nintendo Switch 2.
We got so much to cover this
We'll
month.
share more details in the future, so we hope you're looking forward to it.
I know I just said I just woke up, but now I'm
We'd
wide
like to
awake.
introduce some of the new features of Nintendo Switch 2.
Uh-oh, let's see the meat and bones.
These are the Joy-Con 2 controllers for Switch 2.
Mm-hmm.
And on the right Joy-Con 2,
The C.
we've added a new C button.
What does that stand for?
Let's take a look at some new experiences it offers.
The C stands for cube for the GameCube. Is it like connect or something? Voice chat, perhaps?
I'm still ahead of all of you guys. Woo!
Together.
That was you.
It is, isn't it?
So quick. Oh no! Wait, no!
Nix, I'm coming for you.
No, I'm about to get
Come on, no.
Oh.
Introducing Game Chat.
Okay,
a new
yeah.
feature for Nintendo Switch 2.
I don't know who called it, but I mean, it was a couple seconds before it
With
was
this feature,
talked about,
you'll be
so
able to
I guess I called it
communicate
kind
with
of.
friends and family while playing a game.
Should we follow you? Yeah. Okay.
Wii U kind of had this with some
While
games.
using the Game Chat feature, your voice is recognized by a microphone built into the system.
Thank you. Oh my goodness. Because Switch 1 doesn't have a
It can
microphone
pick
at
up
all.
your speaking voice clearly, even from a distance.
Look at this. Jump on here. Alright, let's keep going. It's coming. Let's make a left right here. Let's make a
When it's noisy around you, your voice will still come through clearly, letting you chat with ease.
How did you get hit by a boat? Okay, nice.
It does look beautiful. It's so pink.
And you can use this feature in handheld mode too, letting you easily chat with friends and family.
I like that. Does
If you open the chat menu,
the controller
turn on
itself
game
has
screen sharing,
a?
Good job, good job. There we go, there we go.
You can screen share
share
too.
your game screen.
Did you see someone just like go on top of that dinosaur?
Really? They can do that?
Can do it?
You guys, I just did it.
I want to do it too.
Okay, this is a fantastic feature.
Oh, he's trying to eat me. He's trying to eat me.
Okay, I got it.
You would think that Switch had that, but it just seemed like so out of place because it was like it's like all these other new gen systems have
Heart's Content.
some
People
sort
playing
of.
different games.
Yeah, I know that one. It's so hard, right? So
Oh yeah, you can do this with
I'm like in the
Switch game, just Switch 1 games now.
Okay, we got it. We're safe, we're safe.
Kirby, look, you're on a star. That's so cute. So cute.
Yeah, you can just
You can
play
adjust the
anything
size
with
of your
characters,
game
can you?
screen.
Just connect with people. It doesn't even have to be like playing the same game.
Or expand another friend's game screen.
Doesn't seem like it's very good quality, but I guess, you know, take what you can get.
If she gets past the wall.
This is where I have to do a little wall ride.
Okay.
So everyone can watch them play.
Oh, I think I know where you are. I think I know where you are. Wait.
Okay, I think we have to try.
Which kind of friends can you connect with? Because I know Nintendo might be a little picky about who you can
Oh, yo, that's sick.
interact with.
On the right Joy-Con 2 controller, there's an additional button. With the C button, you can pull up a chat menu.
Oh, so you can.
Really? Wait,
Okay.
guys, I gotta
So there is voice chat and like voice the screen sharing and stuff, but this is the chat
you
button,
can quickly
right?
and easily mute yourself and more. And there's this.
There's a camera.
By connecting this camera to the system, ya.
Hey, what's up? Hello. Yo.
Is it like automatic chroma key or something? How does this work?
You can appear on screen and video chat while playing a game.
Is it like AI detecting for like human face or something?
Here's how it looks with just the camera feed.
Oh, okay. So then you can like...
Please look forward to games which use your camera feed like this.
Okay. So this is a Switch 1 game. So if this is a feature, then it's going to be in Switch 1 games,
Using game chat.
right?
Even when you're apart, you can play games and hang out as if you were together in the same room. Play together or compete in online multiplayer games. Chat while playing.
Nobody's playing this. Let's get real.
Decide your own rules for a retro game competition. Or hold a sports competition between families.
This is good because Switch 1 doesn't have any of this.
Anytime, anywhere.
Not everyone has, you know, Discord or whatever other place to,
What did you think?
you know, interact like this.
Our goal was for you to enjoy playing online with others more closely.
You can barely even play games with people on the Switch as it is. You can barely. Only some games use the connection
Camera you saw
feature,
in the trailer
like
is the Nintendo
to
Switch 2 camera,
join up with other people
which will be
online.
available on the same day as Switch 2.
Okay, so this is all.
A Nintendo
I'm
Switch online
assuming that
membership
this
will
is.
be required to use game chat.
Oh yeah. Okay, so this is like going to be.
Since we'd like as many people
requirement.
as possible to experience game chat, it will be available without a membership for a limited time. We hope you'll try it out.
Yeah, as I was saying, the camera is probably going to be
Additionally, game chat supports
separate
the Nintendo Switch parental controls
peripheral.
now, and different settings can be adjusted. For example, whether parental permission is always required when a child wants to use game chat to play with their friends.
I like that. That's cute.
We'd like to introduce another new experience you can share with family and friends. On Nintendo Switch, even if you just have one game, you can pass a Joy-Con controller to a friend and play together. But on Nintendo Switch 2, you can play together locally on multiple systems using just one game, with Game Share.
Oh my god.
As shown here, even games that require multiple screens can be played if one person owns a compatible game. With Game
This
Share, you
is
can temporarily share
DS
controls with
download.
others
DS
who own
download
the
play.
Nintendo Switch
This
2
existed
or
on the
Nintendo
DS.
Switch
This
2.
existed on the 3DS. This was not on the Wii U. This is not on Switch 1.
Game Share also supports online play with other Switch 2 systems, and you can use
That's
it with friends
huge.
via which we showed earlier. Game Share can only be used with compatible games. This
Okay,
feature
so it's
is
not with
applied to
every
several
game, but
titles,
that
starting with
it
a
opens up a
update with
lot.
Clubhouse Games 51 Worldwide Classics on Nintendo Switch. Game Share support is also planned for select games exclusive
That's so
to
good
Nintendo
seeing that
Switch
back.
2, so we hope you'll look forward to it.
Like you can play Mario Kart with one person who like say if I have the Mario
I'd like
Kart
to show
9
you the Nintendo Switch
or
2 system
Mario Kart World,
software.
whatever it's called, and then I can go with like I can
Please take a look.
get a friend to play with me, even though they don't have the game. They can just play on their screen.
At 7.9 inches, Switch 2 has a bigger built-in screen. Here's how that compares to Nintendo Switch. The system's thickness remains the same.
High def.
With approximately double the pixels compared to Switch,
Wow.
you can enjoy games in greater detail on the 1080p screen.
That already looks really good. Up to 120.
The screen supports up to 120 frames per second, allowing for smoother gameplay in supported titles.
I'm guessing a lot of these Switch 1 games are getting updated for this.
The LCD screen is more vivid and supports HDR, providing more contrast between light and dark areas of the images. The all-new Joy-Con 2 controllers connect magnetically. Strong magnets keep the controllers firmly attached to the system. Detach your controller easily by pressing the release button on the back.
Okay. Yeah, that's what we saw in the leaks.
The SL and SR buttons are bigger for greater comfort and control.
Yeah, thank
playing
you.
with the Joy-Con 2 held horizontally.
The Switch 1 SR and SL
The left
buttons
and
are
right
so
sticks
terrible.
Are now larger.
There's mouse controls. Okay, this is what we
Each
saw.
Joy-Con 2 controller can be used as a mouse to play with compatible games. Both the left and right Joy-Con 2 support mouse controls.
Kid Icarus Uprising on Switch 2 seems like it's going to happen
Adjusting
now.
the audio balance between the ranges, sounds from the built-in speakers are clearer and more natural in handheld and tabletop modes.
Oh, that's cool. I like that.
It has a built-in microphone.
It has a built-in
so
microphone.
You can voice chat with friends anytime via game chat. It also uses noise-canceling technology to filter sounds, so your voice will come through clearly.
Okay, that's cool because I was kind of worrying about that. It didn't really
Even
seem
if you
like
don't
they
have
talk
a
about it that much, but
surround
it's
sound
good to know that this
Games can
exists.
be enjoyed with more immersive, three-dimensional sound, as if it were coming from all around you.
This is going to be good for Zelda, right? New stand.
Place your Nintendo Switch 2 however you like with a large, sturdy stand.
Thank you. The Switch 1 stand is terrible. Mine is falling off, so I had to
The
tape it
USB-C
together.
port found on the bottom of the system, there's one on top as well.
Oh, that's good.
It's handy for connecting a USB-C camera or charging in tabletop mode.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a problem for Switch 1. So there's a lot of like
Nintendo Switch 2 comes with 256 gigabytes
Wow.
of internal storage, 8 times that of Nintendo Switch.
Wow.
Storing your game downloads, save data, and more.
Nobody's playing Yoshi, by the way.
Reading and writing data is also faster.
I completely
Use the
forgot what
Nintendo
I was saying
Switch
earlier.
dock to connect to your TV and enable up to 4K resolution for compatible games.
Okay, so you can take the
HDR
back off.
Also supported in TV mode.
Holy humongous.
The Nintendo Switch 2 dock has a built-in fan that keeps your system cool. This helps keep performance stable.
Yeah, some issues with Switch 1 where it just overheats.
On Nintendo Switch 2, you can play Nintendo Switch 2 games, as well as compatible Nintendo Switch games. Physical and digital games are supported.
Compatible games though. They have to say that because maybe not all Switch 1 games will work with the system. Yet. Okay.
As you just saw, Nintendo Switch 2 isn't simply an improved Nintendo Switch.
This is the next gen console
Redesigned the
now.
system from the ground up and packed in lots of new gameplay features.
This feels a lot like
And to help players better understand the Switch 2 hardware, we're currently developing this game.
this game. This feels
Mr.
like
Kawamoto!
Hello.
what?
My
Hold
current
on.
location is actually inside the game itself. This is Nintendo Switch 2 Welcome Tour,
Welcome tour.
exclusive to Nintendo Switch 2. I'm standing over here. Okay, everyone, join me inside the game.
Yeah, as I was saying, the Switch 2 kind of just feels like what Switch 1 was trying to be. This is like the full version. Because Switch 1 feels like so behind in the current gen consoles,
The Joy-Con 2 controllers attached
like
to the system are
PS5
magnets,
and like Xbox
and those
Series
magnets are inside the system.
S. Is that the new
SL
one?
and
I
SR
don't
buttons
even
on the
know.
Joy-Con
I'm
2
not
are
really
made of
into
metal.
Xbox like that.
You can adjust the position of the golf club and aim for the cup by rotating the Joy-Con 2.
Okay, this is kind of like what the Wii Motion Plus was.
There are secrets to discover even as you're playing mini-games and tech demos.
Because Wii remotes had
Some
like,
of the secrets
you
range
know,
from the
those
unique
kinds of
features
like the
system
gyroscope and like the
to
pointers, the
tiny
sensor,
details
whatever.
you might not. Nintendo Switch 2 Welcome Tour will launch as a paid digital game on the same day as Nintendo Switch 2. So please check it out if you're interested.
Paid. I thought it would come like free,
Now,
but
I'd like
I
to
don't know.
share some more information regarding Nintendo Switch 2.
Maybe it'll be like $10 or so.
This is the game card for Nintendo Switch 2 titles.
They're all red. Is that the
It's
difference?
the same shape as Nintendo Switch game cards, but it's now red and it has much faster data reading speeds. Next up is additional storage. Switch 2 will only work with micro SD express cards.
Okay, yeah.
They're a
We've
different
been
type
to
of
this.
SD card
The Switch does
and will
this.
make high-speed data transfers possible. Please note that regular micro SD cards used for Nintendo Switch will not be compatible.
Damn, they really want you to buy their
Additionally,
SD cards,
to
exclusive
transfer data
SD
from
cards.
Switch to Switch 2, you can log into your Nintendo account to use the System Transfer feature. With this feature, you can transfer save data, digital games, and more.
Because I still want to use my
Also
Switch
releasing
1
a
when I
new
get Switch
Pro
2.
controller. It has a C button, which launches Game Chat.
Game Chat,
and on the
okay.
back, there are new GL and GR buttons,
Oh.
which you can use to assign existing button controls.
Wow!
In addition,
Nintendo
Audio
letting
Chat
you
has been
assign
added.
buttons to their
We've
console's
introduced a few new features, and
controllers.
After today's presentation, the official Nintendo Switch 2 website will go live. There will also be an Ask the Developer article on the website, where the three of us will talk about the development of Nintendo Switch 2. We hope you'll check that out as well.
Fun.
And now, the Nintendo Switch 2 launch date.
Launch date, uh-oh.
Nintendo Switch 2 launches on June 5th.
June 5th. Oh, that's not that
Very much
far.
looking forward to the day when you all get to experience it. So
I really
please
thought that
wait
it would
just a bit
be
longer.
a lot later in this year. It's close.
Now, broadly speaking, on Nintendo Switch 2, you can play 3 types of games.
Yeah.
The first type is Nintendo Switch 2 games.
Okay.
These games take advantage of the performance and features of Switch 2. The second type
Yeah,
is
Switch games.
compatible games that were released on Nintendo Switch.
And the third one,
Nintendo Switch 2 Edition games are the third type.
Switch 2 Edition.
Some games that were released on Switch will receive upgraded versions that offer things like improved visuals,
Okay.
unique ways to play on Switch 2, and more.
Okay.
Now, I'd like to show you the Nintendo Switch 2 Edition of Super Mario Party Jamboree.
Jamboree TV.
Please take a look.
Oh, we're not having ultimate. We're not having an Ultimate Switch 2 Edition, is there?
Super
Like,
Mario Party Jamboree
Smash
is
Bros.
getting
Ultimate.
an upgrade on Nintendo Switch 2. The upgrade expands on the base game and adds new features, including mouse controls, audio recognition,
oh boy.
more expressive rumble, and gameplay that uses a camera accessory, all of which can be accessed on Switch 2.
That's funny.
Let's check
I wonder
out
how
three
all
new
of this
and updated modes.
works.
First up is Mario Party mode.
This is gonna be hella funny to
Camera,
watch.
Up to 4 players can join the festivities. You'll be
Like,
able to see
hit-
each other's
get on
faces as we
YouTube
play, so
when this
you
game
can
drops.
experience all the reactions and emotions in
It's
real
gonna be
time.
so funny.
Or 4 friends can take the party online. Up next, it's Bowser Live.
Bowser
a
Live,
mode
just
where
what I
the
wanted.
livelier team wins. Bowser will bring you on stage 2. Hit blocks to collect the most coins. Guide an RC car with your voice. Go! And compete in other mini-games using full body movement and sound. Finally, take a ride on the mouse-controlled Carnival Coaster. With the safety bar lowered and secured, you're off. Use mouse controls to shoot down enemies while you feel the bumps and rumbles of the coaster.
I wonder how smooth the
When
controller
you enter a
is
pipe,
when facing
a
down.
mini-game will begin. There's a bouldering game where 2 players each control an arm, and one where you shake a can of spray paint and quickly tag objects. Enjoy the thrill of these intuitive mini-games. How quickly can you reach the
Because
station?
can you use the mouse just like in the air? I don't think that you
The
could.
built-in microphone, mouse controls, and rumble. The biggest party yet is getting even bigger. Super Mario Party Jamboree, Nintendo Switch 2 Edition, plus Jamboree
Do you
TV
pay for this?
launches on Nintendo Switch 2, July 24th. Nintendo Switch 2 players who already own Super Mario Party Jamboree can upgrade to Nintendo Switch 2 Edition plus Jamboree TV by purchasing an upgrade
Okay, so
pack.
you need to purchase it.
Please look forward to a new Mario Party experience, where you can see each other's reactions while playing. Let's continue presenting some more Nintendo Switch 2 Edition games.
Okay. Uh-oh. I'm sure, I'm thinking that this is just going to be more...
Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild and The Legend of Zelda
Wait,
Tears
actually,
of the
I do
Kingdom
want to see this before I speak.
feature enhanced resolution and frame rates, and also support HDR, which makes the image more vibrant.
Wow, looks so beautiful!
Smoother, higher definition graphics.
It already looked beautiful, but now it's even more beautiful.
Plus, you can get even more out of your adventures in Hyrule using Zelda Notes.
What's this?
This new feature can be accessed via the Nintendo Switch app on smart devices. It's a game-specific service that's exclusive to the Switch 2 editions of these titles.
Huh?
For example, it can help guide you to various locations, like shrines and Koroks you haven't found yet.
Oh. I like this, actually.
Proceed north.
There's a GPS in Zelda.
You can share your creations using QR codes and send them to another player to create in their game.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh, I can already see where this is going. There's certain creations that it's going to be shared online.
These features will make your adventures even more enjoyable.
Yeah, I was thinking like this would just be purely enhancements.
In Kirby and the Forgotten Land, you'll be able to enjoy an additional story exclusive to the Nintendo Switch 2 edition, along with improved graphics and frame rates. This story takes place in the Forgotten Land after being struck by a powerful meteor that's causing some mysterious
Yeah, so
changes.
this is all you have to purchase
We
these.
hope you're looking forward to Kirby's new adventure.
I'm really hoping that it's not like $30+ because I don't want to pay like half of the
Metroid Prime
game.
4 Beyond will have both a Nintendo Switch and a Nintendo Switch 2 edition.
Yeah, okay. This is what I was thinking about. Because I thought that it would be a Switch 1 game, but it will have a Switch 2 edition.
In addition to standard controls, you can use mouse controls for intuitive gameplay on Switch 2.
Alright,
Plus,
yeah.
you can explore
there's no
the open
nunchuck.
world in 4K at 60 frames per second, or enjoy smoother action in full HD at 120
Prime 3 had
frames per second.
the use of the nunchuck.
Choose
in
from
the
these
Wii.
two modes, both of which support HDR, based on your preference and playstyle.
Alright, okay.
Plus,
Okay, yeah, and this
Pokemon
too.
Legends ZA, which is scheduled to launch later this year, will not only receive a Nintendo Switch version, but a Nintendo Switch 2 edition as well. By taking advantage of the power of Switch 2, you can enjoy your adventure in Lumio City with enhanced resolution and frame rates. The Nintendo Switch 2 edition games you just saw will be available as both physical and digital.
Okay, so you can buy physical versions of these games.
And if you already own the Nintendo Switch version of a game, you can play the Nintendo Switch 2 edition by purchasing an upgrade pack.
Yeah, okay, yeah, that's what we
Hope you're
thought.
looking forward to these Nintendo
That's
Switch
basically
2
what they
edition
confirmed
games.
earlier. Yeah, but I don't want to pay like half the
Next,
game's
I'd like to
price
introduce
for
a
a
brand
for
new
a
game
upgraded
featuring mouse controls
like
with the Joy-Con
second
two
edition
controllers.
game.
Please take a look.
I wasn't really listening. They were talking about the mouse. New Mario Paint, guys. Rocket League? Crazy. Drag X Drive. Or is it just Drag Drive? I like how it looks. This game looks like it's gonna control so you gotta have a table in front of you. Unless they just say, you know what, you can just cheat at the game and use just controller. instead of just having to swipe both the Joy-Cons. It looks cool. I want it to be cool. But it looks like it's just a gimmick game.
In Drag and Drive, you'll use both Joy-Con 2 controllers as mice to intuitively pull off various moves. We hope you're looking forward to a new twist on 3-on-3 matches using dual mouse controls. Next, here are some games from our publishing and development partners coming to Nintendo Switch 2.
I'm scared. Wait. Wow.
This world is in dire need of repair. You can see them, can't you?
They were saving it.
Rays of grace that guide
Was this leaked at all? Like, what? Did anyone leak? Did they leak it? Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if just a lot of the games that have been exclusive to these new gen systems, they just come right over to Switch 2. Yeah, then Erdtree is gonna be here, right?
Hey, I'm Greg Kasavin from Supergiant Games, here to say that Hades 2 is coming to Nintendo Switch 2. Our first ever sequel introduces the Princess of the Dead, an immortal witch out to vanquish the sinister Titan of Time. You'll battle beyond the underworld to the ends of the earth.
Yeah, because there's so many cross-platform games that are just not on Switch.
It's the kind of game you can
I was kind of like confused about Guilty Gear Strive coming to Switch 1, but I assume that there's going to be an updated like Street Fighter 6. Say it. Yeah. Let's go. Yeah, this is a no-brainer. Why not bring your game to Switch? They're having amiibos? That's gonna be so cool!
Initiating Arsenal boot sequence. Weapon safety mechanism confirmed. All operating at
What is
normal
this? Looks
levels.
cool.
Testing data link with spine. Normal. Commencing launch.
After 2 long wars where our freedom was restricted, we will finally be liberated from humans.
I'm in need of a new arsenal,
equipment,
and money. I'm for sale, and you're buying.
Okay, it looks fantastic.
Thanks for the warm welcome! This planet will be ours.
The Sovereign Axiom, the Trinitas, has almost completed a weapon that was created to destroy all humanity.
No! Because we're in the middle of a war. Don't you get it?
I won't just stop you. I'll tear you apart!
All children bring hope to our lives, don't they?
Daemon X Machina.
Hey, this is Joseph Fares from Hazelight. I'm super excited
Split Fiction.
about Nintendo Switch 2. The game is a story about friendship. You play as Mio, who writes sci-fi, and Zoe, who writes fantasy. Together, they get trapped in their own stories, and it's up to you and
I thought that they were going to bring like
let me tell you this. If you
Fires of
like
Rubicon onto
you're gonna
Switch.
love this one, trust
Probably
me.
soon.
And of course, you'll be able to play Split Fiction on the day
But
Switch 2 launches.
yeah, Daemon X Machina, that new one is going to seem like the filler for that until it eventually comes over to Switch.
And on the gridiron. We're excited to announce the EA Sports FC will be coming to Nintendo Switch 2. Madden NFL will also be arriving on the Nintendo platform.
Yeah, no
EA
brainers.
Sports. It's in the game.
You gotta have your
Hi, from Avalanche Software.
sports games.
We are bringing Hogwarts Legacy to Nintendo Switch 2.
Ugh,
With enhanced
after
graphics and seamless world transitions,
the terrible port that was
you'll
the
be
Switch
immersed
1
in a
edition.
wizarding world like never before. And the new mouse controls on Switch 2 give you even more ways to experience the adventure.
Yeah, it makes
Discover
sense.
the enhanced magic when Hogwarts Legacy launches on the same day as Switch 2.
Captain
Yeah, they're just bringing over a lot of these games that just straight up would not work on Switch 1. It would not, at least, like, look as good. And then there's, like, the performance, obviously. It's just going to be way easier to have these games be running on Switch 2 instead of, SpongeBob. Instead of compensating just to have it on Switch 1.
Hello, this is Christian Elverdam from IO Interactive. We are bringing our flagship title, Hitman World of Assassination, to Nintendo Switch. As the best assassin in the trade, Agent 47 does everything he can to accomplish his mission.
I welcome this.
And how each mission progresses will
I love Hitman.
Our ever-expanding game will release on the same day as Switch 2.
There seems to be a lot of these
We
games
are excited to bring our
releasing the same
familiarity to
day
the platform.
on the Switch. I'm sorry, did he say it was new or something? I wasn't paying attention. Oh, wait. No way. James Bond.
James Bond. The world's favorite spy is coming to Nintendo Switch 2.
Yo, let's get our favorite spy.
The story of light and shadow.
Wait, this is Bravely Default.
Bravely Default returns, remastered in high definition.
Wait, this is Bravely Default 1?
Raven Default Command.
Yeah, it is.
Control the flow of turn-based battles. Change and customize jobs to build out your very own party.
I'm gonna cry.
Adventure with upgraded features and enhancements. And
They brought it back.
unique ways to play. Square Enix presents the classic fantasy RPG, Bravely Default Flying Fairy HD Remaster.
Flying Fairy.
Set foot in Luxembourg as a warrior.
I'm gonna cry. I used to love this game. I used to. Yeah! Yakuza! Finally on a Nintendo console.
2つの歓楽街を舞台に土地を巡る争奪戦が勃発。伝説の始まりを追加シーンとともにお楽しみください。発売日は Nintendo Switch
One of the biggest games of the last decade.
展開にもぜひご期待ください。
Now you can finally play it on a Nintendo console.
More games to show from our publishing and development partners. But for now, we'd like to show a game being developed in collaboration with Nintendo. Please take a look.
Uh-oh. Whenever they say that, I get a little frightened. Koei Tecmo. Wait. Is this a Warriors game? This looks like Zelda.
When the Zonai
Yep,
ascended from
it's
the
Zelda.
heavens, joined hands with the Hylians who dwelled on the surface. Their union led to a great and prosperous kingdom.
It's a new Warriors game? New Hyrule Warriors?
But in time, a terrible evil arose. A war was fought to vanquish this evil, one which future generations would call the Imprisoning War.
That's what it's called.
Perhaps you truly have traveled back in time.
Wait.
So that's Hyrule Castle? Then
Leading into tears.
must mean this really is the past.
Okay, so it is a Warriors game. Yeah, they did the exact same thing with Tears. Jesus, Breath of the Wild, where they just explain like all of the lore, like drop all the lore before the Breath of the Wild, the story of the game, and they just made it a Warriors game. So they're doing it a second time. I mean, you know, I'm not complaining. I really liked Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity. It was fun.
That was Hyrule Warriors Age of Imprisonment. It's being developed by Koei Tecmo Games with support from Nintendo.
And it looks like it won't have any of that nasty lag that the old game has.
Which took place in Hyrule long ago.
I know the story of Tears is a little whack, but hopefully they bring together everything that, all the whack shit that happened. Uh-oh. I'm scared.
And with Nintendo Switch Online Plus expansion pack, you can enjoy a new membership benefit exclusively on Switch 2.
GameCube.
Please take a look at this.
GameCube. Just drop it. Put Double Dash on there. Yup. Everybody and their mama called it.
Nintendo Switch Online Plus expansion pack will be getting a new classic game library exclusive to Nintendo Switch 2. Nintendo GameCube.
It's only on Switch 2.
2001. Here are the titles that will be available at launch.
Probably for performance purposes.
Looks like a cartoon come to life.
We're not getting Wind Waker HD, guys.
Using a mysterious baton.
Sorry.
Link set sail on an adventure across the great
Bust out that Wii U if you want to play it.
Zelda, The Wind Waker. Transcending history.
Yo, Soul Calibur 2.
A tale of souls and swords.
This game has Link in it.
In this 3D, weapons-based fighting game, each fighter comes equipped with a different weapon. And Link from the Legend of Zelda series enters the fray. Soul Calibur 2.
Real.
Experience
there's F-Zero.
at speeds over 2,000 kilometers per hour.
Are we getting a real new F-Zero, guys?
Death-defying races. Featuring the series' first machine customization and story mode, get ready to
This game story is so funny.
Zero GX.
Just these three.
Games that support multiplayer, up to 4 can play together locally or online. Enjoy these classic games with clearer image quality and higher resolution than the original releases. You can also check the controls for each title and customize them to your liking.
Oh, that's good. Will they do the same for the old ones?
More titles will be added in the future.
Path of Radiance, Gale of Darkness, Mario Strikers, Chibi Robo, Luigi's Mansion, Colosseum.
Nintendo GameCube, Nintendo Classics, the Switch 2 exclusive game library coming to Nintendo Switch Online Plus expansion pack, launches the same day as the hardware's release.
Okay. That's good.
A dedicated controller designed after the original GameCube controller will also be released. It can connect wirelessly and also has a C button.
There's your new
to
Wavebird,
quickly
guys.
access Game Chat. The Nintendo GameCube controller, exclusively available for Nintendo Switch Online members, will also be available the same day as Nintendo Switch 2.
It's gonna have those, the analog
Whether you're familiar with the games or haven't
shoulder
played them
buttons, aren't they?
We hope you're looking forward to Nintendo GameCube, Nintendo Classics.
That's crazy that Path of Radiance, they put Path of Radiance on there.
Games from the systems shown here on Nintendo Switch 2.
Path of Radiance, my beloved.
Okay, let's see some more games from our publishing and development partners.
I wonder, will there be a new Fire Emblem? Okay. He waited long enough. Crazy to have this be shown on the Nintendo Switch 2 Direct, of all places. Toby's crazy. Okay, guys, so that means no more tomorrow. When he kept on saying it's going to come out tomorrow. This is the tomorrow. No more waiting.
Hi, I'm Randy from Gearbox.
Borderlands.
Our upcoming flagship Borderlands game will launch on Nintendo Switch 2. Borderlands is back. Loot and shoot your way through a world filled with wild enemies and outrageous weapons. We're still in development, and it's already the most ambitious Borderlands game we've ever made. Borderlands 4 will
I really
launch
want
in
to try playing.
2025. We'll be sharing a lot of the game in the months ahead, and there's more from 2K on the way.
Hi, I'm Dennis Shirk from Firaxis Games. We're releasing
Civ.
a Nintendo Switch 2 edition.
We can get like a lot of these mouse games to come over to Switch 2. Yeah, all of like any Steam games or like any games that require a mouse that just straight up would not be on Switch 1 can come over to Switch 2. Well, they're at least like drop more. Uh-oh, CD Projekt Red.
We are excited to bring the immersive world of the dark future to Nintendo players for the first time. Cyberpunk 2077 is an open-world action-adventure RPG.
Wake up,
set in
samurai.
nights. Thanks to Nintendo Switch 2, you can transport yourself to the city of dreams at home or on the go. Get ready to meet unforgettable characters and discover engaging
This is
stories when Cyberpunk
one of the bigger,
2077
one of the largest
comes to
games
Nintendo Switch 2
of this
on
decade. You know, as much as you don't want to say it. Square Enix. Yup.
任天堂スイッチ2でファイナルファンタジー7リメイクインターグレードを発売いたします。
Yup. We knew that it was coming.
脱出までを描いた3部作シリーズの1作目となり、20年以上の時を経て再創作された新しい FF7 を体験いただきます。
I think they said that they were going to before this announcement.
リメイクシリーズにぜひご期待ください。
And then we'll get Rebirth later on. Ah! Ah! Silk Song. They just shadow dropped it. They're just like, quick, run through all these games. Bam. Silk Song. Yo. 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 Outlaws is back. New Rune Factory. Nobunaga's Ambition. High Shadow Labyrinth. Yeah, Raido's coming to Switch too. Yeah, we saw this. Fortnite. Yo! Ridge Racer. I forgot that they're making a new Professor Layton. A Human Fall Flat 2. Was he twerking back there? Hold up. Crazy.
We've shown a lot of games so far. The next game will be the last from our publishing and development partners.
Uh-oh.
Please take a look.
What could it possibly be? To end off this big... I'm confused.
I give you my blood. I give you my life. Turn, O wheel.
Wait, is this what I think it is?
Transport him
This looks like what I'm
to a
thinking.
night of moonlight, to humanity's very dusk.
I'm sorry guys, I'm out the loop. Is this new? Show the gameplay. Alright, here we go. Oh, we're vampires, so we can just, like, bite people, huh? Ew!
Close your eyes and contemplate now the moon, as befits the soon to depart.
I pray that you are able, carrier of blood.
What dinosaur?
The moon tears will flow for one. And one alone.
The Duskbloods. This looks hella cool. Will it be same day? Switch 2 drops? Oh no, we're gonna have to wait. Is it a Switch 2 exclusive game?
Was a brand new game by From Software. We'll be publishing a creator's voice article where the game's director, Hidetaka Miyazaki, will share more details about the game.
Hi,
So please check it out when
Miyazaki.
it's available. That's all from our publishing and development partners.
Are they done?
We'd like to thank the developers who appeared today, as well as our publishing and development partners who prepared footage for this presentation.
What a holy humongous, like, having your games in this
addition to what we
direct
saw today,
is such a, like
partners are
a,
working on many games coming
it's
to
a
Nintendo
massive
Switch
honor.
2. We'll showcase more games in the future, so we hope you're looking forward to it. Next, please take a look at this.
He says, please take a look at this, and then just casually drops like the biggest announcement of the century. Kirby. Oh, no? Kirby. Kirby Superstar Remake. Hi, Kirby. I'm scared. Hi, Kirby. Wait, Kirby's Air Ride? Say it. What if it's a new Kirby Air Ride? It is. I want to see it. Just say it. It is. Yeah, it is. Let's go! Kirby Air Riders. Okay, they had to put the RS at the end. Oh, Sakurai's working on it.
Kirby Air Ride, which originally released on the Nintendo GameCube system over 20 years ago, is getting a brand new game. We hope you're looking forward to Kirby Air Riders, directed by Masahiro Sakurai.
It looks great.
Next is our last trailer for today. Please take a look.
I'm excited. I always wanted to get into playing more of Kirby Air Ride. I just don't like the controls, if I'm being quite honest. This is a new Mario game, by the way. Hopefully. Donkey Kong? It's Donkey Kong. I love his new look. Well, his old look, but brought back. An actual Donkey Kong 3D platformer. What is... Does he just punch shit? Is that just the whole game is just punching shit? What does this have to do with DK? I like how expressive he is. The first time you ever see DK this expressive in years. Besides the movie. Bonanza. Let me guess, next year. Oh, not too far off.
That was a brand new 3D platforming action game starring Donkey Kong, called Donkey Kong Bonanza. With incredible strength, smash through enemies, walls, the ground, just about everything as you demolish your way through a massive
You just destroy anything.
More details will be shared in the future. We hope you're looking forward to it.
I'm happy that they're treating Donkey Kong like a Mario 3D platform game.
To recap, Nintendo Switch 2 launches on
June 5th. Literally like 30-something days.
We'll release Nintendo Switch 2, as well as a bundle that includes a digital version of Mario Kart World. For more details,
It'll be like
please check
$400,
the
like
official Nintendo
$4
Switch
something.
2 website, which goes live later today.
We've covered a lot of information, but that's all we have to share for today.
You'll have to wait just a bit longer for launch. We are very much looking forward to everyone being able to experience Nintendo Switch 2.
We appreciate you joining us today.
Thank you very much.
They really did show a lot. Yeah, it's more than... I think more than what the Switch 1 had. Oh, there will be the Treehouse Live event. I don't know if I'll look at that. But I probably might not record that. Yeah, holy moly. There's a lot to cover. That Mario Kart is insane. The way that you can just travel around is like the entirety of the map. Yeah, that's nuts. Seeing the GameCube on there, gives me hope that there will be more those obscure GameCube games being brought back. I'd love to see that. the whole expansion thingy with the Switch 1 games getting their like revamped releases and like Switch 2 edition, it kind of gives me hope, you know, that some of these Switch 1 games will, you know, become better quality. But I don't know what it's going to be priced at. If it's going to be like a small price, like maybe $15 downloadable content, or is it just going to be like, okay, here's, you know, updated game, pay $30 plus. That's what I'm kind of afraid about. The new Kirby Air Ride, that's nuts. And Sakurai's developing it. Wow, that's his first, like, him being involved in a Kirby game in, I think, like, literally almost 2 decades. Because I think that his last developed game was Air Ride, wasn't it? And then after that, he left. But I think it was like in 2001, 2002. So it's crazy to see. Yeah, game chat is humongous because Switch 1 doesn't have any of that. There's like literally no way to connect with people and like communicate with people using Switch 1, which is so crazy because the 3DS had different apps that you could use to do that. Wii U did too. It's so crazy that Switch 1 never had any of that. Hopefully that they're bringing more customization to the UI, home menu, Switch, whatever. We didn't really get to see too much of the Switch 2 home menu. Hopefully you can customize it way more than you can in the Switch 1. I'm hoping that's the case. So, yeah, the Donkey Kong platformer looks fantastic. It's amazing that they're even deciding to make that in the first place. The first 3D Donkey Kong platformer since 1999. Donkey Kong 64, my favorite N64 game. But back on the topic of the Nintendo Switch 2 edition, what if there's like a Switch 2 edition for Ultimate? And like that's like the only... cause like, what if they do a Switch 2 edition for Ultimate and then they add like a couple more characters here and there, so it's like no new Smash game, at least for a while. I don't know, part of me believes that they won't add new characters, part of me believes that they won't do a Switch 2 edition, but it seems really likely. You know, a lot of people I see that they're banking on Smash being announced, which I did not believe was going to be the case at all. Smash was always a ways away from the release of a new Nintendo console, because like 3DS came out and it was like years later, and then you know, like the Wii U edition. We didn't get Brawl until a couple years, like a year or something later. I don't remember. GameCube had to wait a couple months, and obviously Smash 64 was a late N64 title. So it's kind of like, yeah, we're not going to be getting a new Smash game right away, but I believe there might be one on the horizon. And I don't know, part of me wants to believe if there's going to be a whole new Switch game, or a whole new Smash game on the Switch 2, exclusive to Switch 2. You know, it'll go either way, with a Switch 2 edition Smash Ultimate, or an entirely new game developed, it's probably still developed by Bandai Namco, but it will probably be developed, will probably be directed by someone else. So it might be an entirely new game, but that's just what I'm thinking. There's a lot of things to talk about when it comes to Switch 2 edition games, which I thought that this was always going to be the case. There was always going to be like a new version of this game to download onto the Switch 2, because you got these games that don't really run that well on Switch 1, like Hogwarts Legacy, like Mortal Kombat 1. That game had to sacrifice a lot to be on the Switch 1. So I wonder if that's also coming over to Switch 2. Street Fighter 6 is on there now. That makes me believe that Tekken 8 will soon be on there. I'm thinking Final Fantasy 16 will eventually be on there. We got confirmation that Final Fantasy 7 Remake is going to be on Switch 2. So obviously it's going to be Rebirth later on, and then whatever the third game is in that trilogy. So yeah, Final Fantasy 16 doesn't seem too off. We did get Elden Ring, so Erdtree is probably going to be on there soon. Like naming off like the big Switch 2 features. The camera is going to be like a separate peripheral. I think it's going to only be used in a couple games, but I guess having it there as an option makes it okay. I guess you can like connect with your friends, you know, video chat with them, I guess. The microphone is obviously a big one because the Switch 1 did not have that at all. So that's going to open up a lot of microphone-based games. The mouse is a strange one, but it does make sense. I like that. I like that that's a feature. It's a crazy feature to add into a little controller like that, but it's awesome. But yeah, that opens up a lot of these computer games that would be like it's on Steam, or like Minecraft, for example, uses the mouse a lot. You can use the mouse now in Switch 2 Minecraft. Yeah, the Switch 2 just having a chat, like a native system chat, is just great, because the Switch 1 does not have that. There's no way to communicate with any of the friends that you have on your Switch 1. There is a functionality on the Switch 1 that you can queue up with friends if they invite you over, but they're like barely any of the games that's on the Switch 1 even use it. Hopefully that is just like Nintendo's not being super picky with like who you can connect with, like just family members or something like that. Obviously it's probably going to be just like friends, but how do you is it going to work the same as like Switch 1? Like you can just connect with people online and then just go into the profile settings, like players you played with, and then just add them, and then you can just do whatever. I don't know, because like Nintendo is really like kind of strict with like who you can interact with, because of this kind of stuff was happening back in the DS era, where children were connecting with strangers on PictoChat of all places. So that's kind of a weird thing. Like hopefully they're not like super strict with who you can chat with. But I also get if like there's privacy concerns and like, you know, all that kind of stuff. But like, I mean, you can find anyone on Discord or like Twitter or whatever, and then just like FaceTime them or whatever. So it's like, yeah, there's the privacy concerns are there, but it's like, does Nintendo really care about like having to interact with just any other stranger or whatever? And like the fact that there's like a camera and like the system has a microphone, I don't know. It's just privacy stuff and just system stuff that we don't really know about. But it does get me curious about how about that kind of stuff functions. From now on, it feels like whenever there's like a big title, like a big announcement for a game that's going to be cross-platform, we can safely assume that there will be a Switch 2 release, because generally a lot of these multi-platform games that would be announced would have to cut a lot of corners. They have to basically sacrifice and make amends and stuff just to get the game running on Switch 1. And now that won't be an issue anymore. It's just like, it's finally like we're here. We're at the point where the Switch has finally peaked. It's like this is the final form of the Switch. Like it has all the features that basically there's stuff that, you know, we didn't know that we needed, but it's there. And we have the microphone now, which is obviously like the game chat. That's the big huge one. We have the upgraded resolution. You know, we have Ultra HD. We have 4K, which is nuts. We're finally in that era. Like this is the new the next gen console finally from Nintendo, because they've always seemed to be like short of the curve, like slightly behind everyone else. And now for once they're like right on ahead of everyone. This is like them cementing their place within like the PS5 and like the Xbox, the new series. So yeah, it's all super exciting. And it's surprising that it's not too far away, just another month, and we can get the system. In another month, a lot of these exclusive games are dropping, like Mario Kart World is going to be out soon. There's going to be a direct for Mario Kart World in just a couple days, literally like 15 days from now. So that's really exciting. I got a lot of video to do. That and JoJo Day. When we get Steel Ball Run directly into Mario Kart World direct, that's going to be nuts. Anyways, it was fun seeing everything that Switch 2 is going to have. I'm obviously going to get it. But the thing is that I don't want to just get rid of my Switch 1. Because the Switch 1 you can still use for a lot of things. You know, it's still a game system, you know, as it is. Even though you can do like literally everything else on the Switch 2. I will still find use out of it. Obviously, everyone with the Switch 1 is not going to, you know, make the, no pun intended, switch over to the Switch 2. The Switch 2, the Switch 2. That was, I'm not writing any of this down. But yeah, it's really nice that Nintendo's still supporting the system, still releasing games on the system, still doing updates, and you know, it's not they're not just canceling out the Switch 1. They're just saying like, hey, these two systems they're both the same. You know, the eShop is still, you know, it's probably still the same eShop. You can transfer data over, and you know, all this kinds of stuff. There's probably going to be like, oh, you can find all your friends on the Switch 1 and then put them on the Switch 2. You know, these are two separate consoles, but they're still, at the end of the day, the same thing. But it's nice to see like Nintendo's not saying like, oh yeah, this is our new console, but we're closing off like everything with the Switch 1, because that's not the case. And there's still a whole ton of Switch 1 games that are probably not even going to get Switch 2 editions. Because there's still a whole ton of first-party games, even some third-party, the big third-party games that are probably not going to receive Switch 2 editions for a while. If they're even going to have Switch 2 editions. So yeah, there's still games coming out for Switch 1, like first-party games coming out for Switch 1. So, you know, Metroid Prime 4 being one of the bigger ones. Anyways, I'm yapping too much. I already said a lot of my thoughts. If you would like to talk more about it, I have a link in my server down in the description. If you really like this video and you don't mind me talking and yapping all the time, let me know. Give me a like and subscribe. Comment down below about stuff that you're excited about and what kind of other stuff that you want to see me do. I got a lot of videos coming out. April's going to be a very busy day, or busy month for me. Anyways, I appreciate all the support. It means a whole lot. This is just a whole brand new era of gaming, and this is something that I don't want to miss. So please subscribe. But yeah, we'll be making more videos. We'll try to be more active, and yeah, that's it for now. I'll see you all in like 2 weeks.